Recording? Alright. So this is part one to what if Deku was Richtofen? If you don't know who Richtofen is, he's basically the character from Zombies from Call of Duty. He's that German dude. But if you already know who he is, here's how I'll do it. Skip like ahead if you don't want any spoilers for the storyline. Like 10 seconds. So, when both of them died, when Tekio killed Primus and Ultimus Richtofen, they didn't fully die. Well, the body, yes, they did die in the actual body, but the souls lived on. When Tekio thought he killed all of them, he fully didn't kill Richtofen, both of them. The Primus and Ultimus Richtofen kind of wandered around for a little bit. Then the souls got trapped, and a green-haired boy named Izuku. And a little after that, his life is pretty normal, besides a few off things. He has a healing factor, because from Ultimus Richtofen, when he turned to a zombie, he basically got all the added benefits of being a zombie, but no downsides. He still looked normal, but a little pale. His hair is more black than in canon. If you don't know, he was with Primus Richtofen looks like, and Ultimus. Izuku's life all the way up to when he... Wait. Let's just say when Bakugo... Everything happens like in canon all the way up to when Bakugo tries to explode him, but when he tried to protect the kid. This Richtofen had enough. This Richtofen took over a little. And both of the Richtofens had enough, so they kind of took over. They both use their hand-to-hand skills, and it's basically mop the floor with Bakugo. But this Richtofen took it a little too far. He kept beating up Bakugo into bloody pulp, until he let it a bowl of his own blood. And when this Richtofen told the other Richtofen to stop, he was reluctant at first, but he finally gave. When Izuku finally realizes what he's done, what he thinks he's done, he just runs. He just runs. He keeps running and running and running, all the way into the forest. Let's say there's a forest near the school. And both of the Richtofens decide to introduce themselves finally. What Izuku hears is two people. All he hears is two people with German accents and trying to talk to him. Izuku gets scared. This Richtofen calms him down and assures him, "We're not gonna hurt you." Izuku finally calms down after a few minutes. They basically explained the situation. They basically summarized it. What Primus Richtofen told him was, "We're trapped in your body, kid, and we have no other choice but to stay here. We don't really have a choice." So Izuku nods So Zuko um takes in all the information, and when Ultimus Richtofen tells him, yeah, is it Primus and Ultimus? I believe this one's Primus and this one's Ultimus, from I remember. If it isn't, just remind me. Okay, so this Richtofen tells him, "I'm gonna train you, kid. He seems you're too weak." And Ultimus Richtofen tells him, "I'm gonna do something with your body, if you don't mind, kid." Izuku was hesitant at first, but gave in. What this Richtofen did is made him into a zombie human hybrid. He basically injected some element 115 into his bloodstream, but not enough to change into a full-on zombie. He has all the added benefits, but no downsides. And this one, his skin feels a little pale. And Izuku says, "What did you do to me?" He says, "Oh, nothing that bad. I just basically turned you to a human zombie hybrid." Izuku was scared at first, and he assures him, "No, you have full control still." He basically tells him, "You have all the added benefits of being a zombie, but no downsides." So Izuku calms down. And what I'm going to give him for element 115 is basically a little bit of Dr. Monte's abilities. And have access to the, what's it called again? Dark Ether. To a certain extent. Let's just say this. When he needs to keep his emotions in check. When he gets when he gets too angry or sad or too much negative emotion, he basically goes on a full-on berserk, like how Samantha does. If you know who she is, you know. He'll basically lose it, summon a horde of zombies, and if you know the rest, you know the rest. I'll get into that later. So let's say he's in the forest for about, let's say all the way up to when he's 13. When he's 13, oh, we skip when he's 13. His mother's still looking for him, but everyone thinks he's dead. And his mother starts to think that too, he's dead. The police tell Inko there's no way that kid could survive there all those years. He has to be dead, or it will be Muko if he's not. Inko finally gives up after a while. And let's go back to Izuku. Izuku's training in the forest, and he honed his abilities enough to control, let's say, 30 zombies. And he's able to tap into the dark ether. Well, what's left of it. There's not that many beings in the dark ether in this point. Because if you know anything about the zombies lore, you know Takeo. Wait, was it Takeo or Nikolai? I believe it was Takeo. Destroyed the dark ether and everything in it. And yeah. But something survived, but it's just a foam shadow what it used to be. There's only a few beings in there, and let's just say let's just say what's that crew called again from BO2? Who was it, Misty? Yeah, let's just say like the Misty crew. I forgot all the names. The only one I can remember is Misty. Let's just say they're in there, which they actually are in the story. From what I heard, they're still alive somewhere in there. Let's just say he's able to summon one. Yeah, I believe the Dark Ether. Yeah, it's connected to Cold War. Yeah, it is. Let's say he's able to summon two Megatons and one Brutus. And he's able to summon Brutus. Even though from Mob the Dead, yeah. If you don't know what he looks like, just look up Brutus from Mob the Dead. He's able to summon both of them. And they are and Brutus was let's say Brutus sentient, like full on sentient, like he has all his memories back. He's basically more of a friend than a what's it called? He sees Izuku more as a friend than a commander. And Izuku doesn't mind. And the Richtofen's in their head thinking, he come the long way. And Primus Richthofen agrees. Let's say this Richtofen right here is less, let's just say, what's the word? Let's say less evil. He's not keen in his experiments anymore. He will try to do something from time to time, but this Richtofen makes him, he keeps him in check to do something too hasty. And let's say, oh, what should I do from here? And let's say somebody's coming from him. I'm not gonna say who, but if you know the zombies, let's say he survived. Yeah, let's say he survived. I know both of them survived. Let's just say a man, an old man with gray hair. I mean, with white hair, white gray hair, is looking for him. And a man with a nice black tuxedo with a hat is also looking for him. Because they sense the dark ether coursing within him. And they want control over it again. They want to proceed with the original plan. Let's just say both of the Richtofens agreed on he should go back into society because they don't want the same thing happening to Samantha and Ethan all over again. Wait, what's his name? Ethan? Yeah, I believe it was. They told him go back into this try to have some human reaction, have some human contact. He finally goes back in, and let's just say, wait, I'll tell us. Wait. I'll tell us I make him. Wait, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Let's just say at this point he's 5'5". Yeah, he's 5'5" at this point. Yeah, and he goes back into society. I mean, no, he makes human contact. Let's say he finally goes out of the forest after many years. And let's say his little camp slash home consists of a ton of technology and experiments. Let's just say some of the both Richtofer's personalities kind of mix in with his. Let's say he got this Richtofen's ideology. I mean, no, smarts, and this Richtofen's. What's I give from that Richtofen? His his like experiments. I don't know how to probably say, but he likes experiments like him. He likes to do experiments like that Richtofen. But not as chaotic as he was. Because if you know, he was kind of chaotic with his experiments. Let's say he's more humane than this Richtofen's. Let's say he's more humane than that Richtofen. Yeah, he makes human contact. And the first thing that he sees is a villain. Because let's just say his hair's full on black at this point. All this hero sees is a person with a cloak. And all he sees is a person with a cloak with a gun. With a real looking gun, I mean. The hero tells him, put the gun down. And Izuku says, no. I'd rather die. Because, let's just say the gun. What should I give him? Let's say it's the ray gun. Yeah. Yeah, let's say it's the ray gun. No. Yeah, I'm gonna give him the Mark II ray gun. Yeah. And let's say, in this time he got a quirk. And I'm gonna call it dark matter. Yeah. Let's say what his quirk does, to summarize it, is basically a better version of Momo's creation. It has no drawbacks. And where we could think of that he has a slight image of, he can make it. So that's how he's able to get the ray gun Mark II. Because both of the Richtofens told him what it looked like, then he decided to make it. And he points it at the hero. And he points the ray gun at the hero. And the hero, let's say he's Ida's brother. Ida's brother tries to jazz him with speed, but that doesn't really work on him because he's seen faster beings. Let's say he's been in the Dark Ether before. Let's say Izuku went in the Dark Ether for, let's say in the real world, 6 months. I mean, a few weeks, but in the Dark Ether, it was a few months. The time works different in Dark Ether. And let's say his speed is faster than his brother, but has a limit. And let's say Ida tries to throw a punch at him from behind, but which Izuku noticed, but he just let it hit him. And it basically kind of did something. Let's say this Ida hears a crack, which is Izuku's bone breaking. Let's say he hit him on a shoulder. Yeah, his shoulder breaks, and all he either hears is crunching and uncrunching, and it regenerates. And it made a huge dent in Ida's arm for his armor. I mean, what's Ida's brother's name again? Tenya. Yeah, Tenya's armor. it makes a huge dent where he punched. Let's say like the knuckle, the armor was at. It made a dent. Izuku says, "That was fun. Enough playing around." He basically all Ida, all Tenya sees. He sees, he was right through. Izuku's right through, and now he's gone. And all he feels is sharp pain in his heart. And let's just say when he looks down to look at it, all he sees is an arm through his heart, and he can see his heart pumping right there on someone's hand. When he looks back, all he sees is Izuku. Because let's just say he lost you, like he's been in the dark ether, like during that time in the dark ether, he's killed multiple survivors slash zombies. So he doesn't even care if he kills. It does not faze him anymore. Yeah. Let's say he just, Tenya just dies right there. And the news won't get to Ida until like a week. Because they think he's missing. But once they find the blood, yeah. He basically hides the body, burns it. He just burns the body and tries to go to the city. And let's say more heroes try to stop him. Let's say he just knocked them out because he didn't feel like killing. He doesn't mind killing, but he uses it as a last resort. Yeah. Yeah, let's say he just uses the killing as a last resort. If they attack, he'll kill them. Maybe if they piss him off enough. And let's say missing heroes by day and day, and the heroes and the police station starts to get suspicious because how many heroes are disappearing. So they try to look who's killing all these heroes. Let's say they're trying to investigate him for Zuko for a few months. Let's say Zuko's supposed to be a vigilante. Let's say the police never find him until, let's say 15. Yeah, they find him, they finally catch up to him at 15. Because Zuko made one fatal mistake of letting one of the heroes tear his cloak a little. And Izuku didn't notice it. So Izuku didn't think anything of it at the time. And they finally traced him back to the forest. Once they waited him, or no, what's it called? Yeah, once they see him, they sent a whole force after him. Let's say at this point he killed about 1,500 heroes and villains. 1,500 heroes and villains. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah. And the Richtofens just kind of stay quiet now because they can't really teach him anymore. Let's just say that this kind of, they're basically the eyes in the back of his head at this point. Yeah, let's say that. Yeah, all that they're used to now is the eyes at the back of the head. They'll talk from time to time, but they only keep to themselves. And let's say they send Aizawa All Might, and a few other high class heroes. When they go to him, all they see is a 5'10", a 5'10" person wearing a black cloak. And let's just say he's speaking German, so they don't understand what he's saying. What All Might says, come now, villain, and we won't hurt you. And what Izuku says is, let's say All Might says, did he kill any heroes? Did he kill anyone? He says, Binten, which in German means dead. And All Might sees is everyone besides a few people die. Everyone besides a few heroes die. Everyone else is dead. Yeah, let's just say that everyone else besides a few heroes are dead. Alright, I'm back. Let's say, yeah, everyone besides a few people died. Everyone besides a few people survived. And All Might's terrified. Because he's never seen that speed and that killing potential before. And let's say there were more officers outside and they heard the rocket, so they barged in and basically they blow the whole place up. And let's say everyone who was already dead made it out there okay. And let's say that it's on a big field at this point, and Izuku's surrounded by a ton of cops and heroes. And let's say there's a news reporter. Let's say there's a news helicopter above, and opinion on live news. And Izuku speaks, and they understand him now. And all he says is, I thought heroes could do more. I suppose heroes could do more. And let's say he pulls out the ray gun Mark II, and and he says to All Might, "Look at this little thing you can do." He basically points at an officer and shoots, and all they see is the officer they shot it at get a big hole turned into his chest. And Izuku says, "Brutus, deal with them." And a big portal comes behind him, and all he sees is wait, let me show you what Brutus looks like. Alright, here's Brutus. All they see coming out of the portal is his... I forgot his height, but I think they never said. I'm gonna say his height is around 6'2". All they see is a 6'2", bulking, undead look-like person. And he says, "Brutus, attack that big dude." He looks at All Might and starts pointing at him. And All Might sees this. And let's say Izuku gave Brutus something unique and only he can use. And only he could really use to... Let's say Brutus could use it to its full effectiveness. Let's say when Brutus forces at someone and he uses the ability, they basically just like freeze in fear. And Brutus hits All Might, let's say in the jaw. Yeah, in the jaw. And All Might goes flying. Let's say around, yeah, 15 meters. And Buddhist All Might is start fighting. And he sends, let's say, 2 megatons. If you don't know what megatons look like, I'll show they look like. Okay, yeah, this is the only good photo I can find of him. All I see is this thing come out of the portal. And let's say he just starts charging at anyone he can see. And let's say he throws a little reactive ball at someone and these incinerate immediately. Everybody starts releasing fire on the thing, on the megaton. It does do something, but not too well. All it basically does is anger them. And let's say they basically wasted all their ammo on him, and they're only able to make him go to a second form, which they have no clue, which looks like this. Let's say he splits in, yeah, he basically turns it, and all they see is him splitting these two things, and they're confused and terrified at the same time. Yeah. And let's say All Might defeats Brutus, but All Might is badly injured. And let's say in this time, All Might doesn't fight. What's his name again? All for one. Yeah, All for One. Let's say he wins the fight with not that many scars against All for One. But say in this one, Brutus made that damage to his side. And All Might basically charges at these two and gets them knocked down. Yeah, All Might charges at them. All Might charges at those 2 megatons, those 2 little half megatons, whatever you want to call it, and kills them. And Izuku's impressed, and he makes an offer to All Might. I see you more strongly than I thought. I'd like to make an offer. If you can show me how you how do you survive all that, he can. Wait, I can't speak. He basically offers All Might, tells All Might this: if you can teach me how you survived all that, have that immense strength, then I'll join you. All Might says fine, and All Might says under one condition. And Isuka says, "What's that? How do you know we're gonna attack you?" Izuku basically says, Izuku tells him this: there's 2 people looking out. Let's just say there's 2 people looking out for me. And he basically just catches a shadow of this richtofen and this richtofen. All Might's confused, but this thinks it's a quirk, which it is. And he says, these people have been trapped inside my head all this time. And he starts speaking to All Might and basically explain the whole situation. And how all they tell him is, we're trapped in that kid's body for about 15 years now. And we just can't stuck with him. So we just can't look out for him. That's all they say to him. When All Might tries to ask him questions, they just ignore him. All Might says, fine. And All Might says, how old are you, by the way? Zeus says 15. All my surprised, impressed, and terrified. Because he's that strong at that age. Yeah, always impressed, terrified, always impressed and terrified. And let's say he joins UA. Let's say he's gonna. Let's say All Might talks to Nezu and says, I got a new recruit for you." Nez, I mean, what's his name again? Nezu? Yeah, Nezu says, "I know. I'll consider it." And that's how I'm gonna leave it off. See ya.